Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest. Yes, it's a glorious day in the Pacific Northwest. The rain is coming down, guys. Yes, bring it on, I say. My Aunt Carol says, don't say that, but I'm saying bring it on. It is a beautiful day, and I do have the bug, yes. And I am fighting it with everything I have. Yes, yes, yes. In my little town of Hickville, USA, Belfair, Washington. Yep, I'm fighting the bug. I don't know if I'm winning. The medication is helping me, and it's just some Mucinex, I don't know what it's called. There's these things for, like, you take it when you feel like you're getting sick and it fizzes in a cup and you drink it. My husband's like, and me are both downing that stuff. I forget the name. It's on the tip of my tongue too. Anyways, we're taking that, and I feel bad because him and I don't have the cough, the cruddy cough. But poor little Hank, he does, and he's not little by any means, let me tell you. The kid's built like a Mack trunk and a Sherman tank all put together. But that kid, he had RSV as a baby, and the doctor last year when I took him there, he's like, when he tends to get sick, he coughs a lot, and he's like, he's not contagious. He just takes longer to get rid of cruds like this. He's like, it's just a regular virus, because we were getting concerned. And we know that, again, doctor told us, yes, same thing. He's just going to take a little longer to get over things because of, what happened to him. So, yeah. And plus, Hank doesn't like to take meds. He'll hack, and tell you, best day ever. Cough, cough, cough some more, I'm like, okay, kid, suffer. And he will suffer and not complain. But swallowing a little pill, even if you pop it in half, no. He'd rather suffer. So it's really quite funny. So anyways, this is March 2025's Paper Pumpkin alternative video number 4. We are well on our way. And this one, yes, I know these are getting... The ones I have done are very simple, just using stuff from my stash. This one, I'm going to use one piece from my stash, but I am going to show you how to use pieces from the kit to make this card. And this is going to be a simple one. But let's first show you the kit, because this is number 5. No, 4. We're almost to 5. We're so close. So yes, medication and a great big cup of hot tea. Yes, vanilla almond tea. Lots of caffeine. This has got me going today. So sorry, yes, it's helping. So Daydream is the name of the kit, and you got to make 3 of this one, 3 of this one, 3 of this one, and you got these 3 wonderful envelopes to decorate. They're all different, by the way, the 3 different envelopes. Over here, this QR code would lead you to a video to show you how to put this kit together. Now, please note that I usually say there's a visual of everything that comes in the kit, but this visual is missing the extra stamp set, and I will show you that. So the coordinating colors are basic black crumb cake, crushed curry, lemon lime twist, which I do not have, and I plan on just doing a spot for that color, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Soft Sea Foam, and Very Vanilla. This one will lead you to how to purchase the Spring is in the Air dies, and it has the bee and the little honeycomb. This is going to be the, I already have some prep to show you how to do a little bit of an alternative to what I am doing. And these were January, February, and March Paper Pumpkin. And then we are using, at least I am, the Hugs a Bloom dies. And I'm using Hugs Today in Mind and the Sentiment strip, plus a few others. So hopefully, if you are a Paper Pumpkin fan, you get the add-on dies. These add-on dies are great. If you don't have them, pardon me, I'm going to show you, maybe you have one of the punches I pulled out that I can... that I'm going to show you that would be able to be used. So I'm just trying to give you options. So this is the stamp set that is shown on the back here in the visual right here. So it says, thank you for always being there for me, and the beautiful little Bumble. He is so adorable. Sweetest birthday wishes, thank you. Wishing you brighter days ahead. The little wings you can stamp inside his wings. The honeycomb, which this does, I believe, match our little honeycomb die for the add-on. His little body, which would go right there. Enjoy your special day. This is the extra stamp set. It says happy birthday, the little hello, the little daisies, and the large honeycomb. Great, great, great. So let's move these aside, and I'm going to show you everything that comes in the kit. So you get the Lost Lagoon spot, which I believe we've had that before. So we get these honeycomb dies. Now these are that brushed gold, which I almost used these, but they didn't show up enough, so I die cut some. You can use one of these sentiment strips. You get a whole bunch of those. So you get 3 of this circle. And then if you move this aside, this is a great piece with this beautiful crushed curry. This is the stamp, that larger extra stamp, right? 3 of these vellum pieces. These are our card bases. So we have what is a lighter Lost Lagoon. This is the one we are using today. We're going to use this half. We're going to trim it down. And then you have this one. And then these are our 3 different envelopes. You have this envelope, and this envelope. And we have all this ephemera that you could use. So I guess I can use that. I was like, do I really need it? But yes, we're going to do a little stamping. So we have card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then layer number 1, let's move all my prep work here. This is 4 by 5.5, and it should be 5 1/4, and I can't fix it because this thing is turned off, otherwise you mark all over it. So 5 1/4, and I'll change that in my description part. We're going to trim that down, and then this is where we're going to get, once I get this on the card base. So we have the Hugs a Bloom die in Mossy Meadow, the For the Love of Spring dies. Let me share that with you. This is for my card. Then I'm going to show you the extra options, and I'll show you I'm going to arrange that. This one, the sentiment strip right there. And then we have the Hugs a Bloom, the Hugs. That's going to sit on there. And then I have this wee lone butterfly from my ephemera, which I think is going to go really darling with it. And I thought I had one more small butterfly. These are so old. I thought there was one more in here, but I could be wrong. That would have gone with it, but nope, those butterflies are all the wrong color. Okay, so there isn't a second one. I'm using things that I have. So now I'm going to show you what you could use to do this, and I'll show you once we get the card on here. So I took that honeycomb die, the add-on, and I die cut it twice. One in black, one in Daffodil Delight, not crushed curry. Crushed curry was just a little too dark. And I offset them, and I got 2 of these, and we'll glue these 2 together. Well, I already have this one done, and I'm going to show you when we get this card layout what you could do. Now what is it? Not this one. If you wanted to do a butterfly like I have, the Thanks and Beyond, you have this butterfly, and you could make your own butterfly. I also die cut Thanks in 2 colors, in black and in Daffodil Delight. And I got this Thanks, which you could use instead of the Hugs. Now I do plan on using, okay, and here's our little bee. I plan on using the pieces I don't use on this card for the next video, just to show you that yes, you can do these, but look how great that looks together. So these 2 honeycombs, right, that I just did, and the Thanks we're going to use on another one. So if, let's say you do not have the add-on dies, let's say you have a punch. So this is the Heartfelt Hexagon punch in black. All right, you could use this, And you could use one of those sentiment strips to do what we're doing, just to give you an idea. Maybe you have the labeled with love punch. You could put this piece, would look lovely with that. I thought, oh, I do have one in black. I can even show you. Just to give it a little something to layer up beneath it. That's all that I'm doing here. And I'm going to show you this once we get this card going. I'm going to keep these out to show you what it could look like. All right. I'm going to need this. I'm about ready to set that over here. Also, there's these butterflies. These were from the dollar store. And I thought this one would probably go really well with it. Also, maybe this one. And if you wanted to pop a really bright butterfly on there, those could work as well. Guys, you know I love my dollar store stickers. They're fabulous. Okay, and look at all those stickers you get for $1.25 and plus tax. So we are going to trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4. I just hadn't done it yet. So we are going to take 1/8 of an inch off of each side, trying to keep it framed in the center. It was funny because yesterday when I went in, oh, I crashed hard. It was like all of a sudden a train hit me really hard. My husband was like, I told you it's going to hit you. I'm like, I know. Meds have run out and it hit me. So there we go. So all this is going to do is it's going to give us a frame of white around this on our card base. We are just going to have that little bit of white around it, and that's what I wanted. So let's get this glued down, and I just realized my bottle was facing the wrong way. It was going like this over there. We don't want that. So let's get this glued down. Now you could go this way, could go this way. We're going actually this way is where I initially thought. So I'm going to show you a couple options before we get here, because we're going to take a look-see. That's what this is all about. First of all, let's lay that heartfelt hexagon in the center, right? This is for those of you who may not have the add-on dies. There we go. Let's go ahead and add our thanks with the little layer of black behind it, just to have a look-see at what it might look like. There we go. You could stamp something, but what I'm getting to look at is how it's going to look. So we want to add that little bit there. And this is what I'm going to do on the next card, is I'm going to use these black and Daffodil Delight pieces. And then we're going to add our great big bumblebee there. Isn't that cool? Now, whether or not I use another one of these is the question, but this I definitely plan on using. But let me move my hand. Pretty simple, huh? And it does really, really work, I think, anyways. So you could do that arrangement. We're going to take this away, move this one. We're going to put in the labeled with love. Now, you could, instead of leaving that little bit of white there, you could use that background stamp of the honeycomb and do a very light pattern with either really light, meaning stamp off your crushed curry, or I would prefer to use the Daffodil Delight. So that would work. Okay, you could also stamp that pattern on top of the thanks, which would really look cool if I remember to do that. Maybe we'll do that on the hugs. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this card is I'm not using these pieces. I am using the sentiment strip. This is in the mossy meadow to bring in the leaves. Now to diffuse that a bit, I mean, you could just set that. I mean, that is pretty. Let's take a look. I mean, look at that. That's really, really pretty. But what I wanted to do, actually it is really pretty. We could take a vellum, another vellum of the same dye, and put it over the same dye just to diffuse the green a bit, and then set the hugs on there. That still looks really, really pretty. I could also emboss the vellum and you would have a print on it, right? But that stands out really nice on that, really well. I wanted to use this white piece and do a little bit of stamping on it and then add my hugs like so. Simple, 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 right? That's it. This is the card. These, I'm going to save these for video number 5. And all these extra pieces, not using all of them, but we'll figure out what to do with them on the next card. But that way, I hope that, you know, yes, this butterfly, those colors just pair beautifully with this. And butterflies love daisies as well, right? So let's get started then. And hopefully, by me showing you what you could do with things from the kit, you don't mind me using things that I have in my stash. I mean, just like that little bird, this little butterfly has been waiting a very long time to be used. It's its moment to shine, and we are going to let it shine its light on this card. Yes, it's going to make me very, very, very happy. So, yes, maybe I had too much caffeine in my tea. I don't drink caffeinated teas and drinks a whole lot, but oh, I was needing it today. And it's done its job. It's really worked. My husband told me, he's like, maybe I shouldn't have bought that tea. I'm like, oh, it's been years since I've had this tea. He's like, girl, he's like, you can't drink that stuff every day. Oh, yeah. I know why people have coffee in the morning. Oh my goodness. Yes, it does make me feel good. When I come off of this caffeine, I'm going to crash. I have no doubt. I will crash and burn and go rest my head in the house on a big old fat pillow and moan and wait for more medicine, more Mucinex to kick in. Oh my goodness. Sometimes. Okay. This is the one we want. And where is my scratch paper? We need this, and I just put that in the garbage, and we're going to use it again because why not? It's got the same thing on it, so we're just going to use it. So we're going to stamp off really well. And we should get the whole thing on there. Just to add a little color. Oh, really pretty. And let's go ahead and, yes, I just have to see what it looks like, right? I mean, it may not even be noticeable. You notice I'm not stamping again on there because some ink probably won't work. Let's go ahead and stamp this. I mean, it may not be noticeable, but we're going to do it anyways. Not really. Okay, that really did not work, but maybe it wasn't meant to work. So we're going to let that rest. It's still going to be really pretty on there. Let's put that aside, and we are going to stamp our envelope. Full strength. Because it's going to look so great when we stamp that big old bumblebee on here in black. It's just going to be so adorable. Oh, and the inside. The inside of the card's going to get the bumble too. The big old bumblebee. Oh, yes. Bring on the bumble. Oops. Not the hello. We want the big old bumblebee. Oh, just adorable. Just too cute. I have saved a few of these big old bumblebees when they come into the house. I catch them in a glass and I take them out right outside. There is no killing. Now, if it was a wasp or a, what are they called? A bald-faced hornet, I get those in my stamp room. Those, I do try to shush them outside because they're so massive. But yeah, if they stay around and like try to bite me, they're fodder for the fly swatter. Yeah, those can be, they hurt really bad. Oh, ooh, yes, here, I know, the monkey sounds, right? Okay, from these little guys, these are going to make a cute little shaker card. Yes, I think so. So I'm saving my little die cuts from those, because I think that would make a darling little shaker card. Of course, you would have to put something else in it for the shaker card, because these paper just doesn't by itself do well. You have to have a little something extra. So let's get this done, as this is going to take literally no time besides me sitting here chit-chatting with y'all, which I love doing, by the way. You all know this. Just that little bit of the Daffodil Delight on there. The hugs. I either have to start using another bottle. Like that's going to happen until this one is totally not usable. Or fill this one up. This is my favorite little bottle. It just is. Now I know that I need room for my butterfly here. So we're going to go just like that. Ta-da! That's how simple this is. Look how old that is. Just waiting. It's like, thank you for allowing me to have my moment to shine. My moment is upon us. Where's the Winka Stella? Of course, we're really going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. When I was little, guys, and we would drive across the desert to come into LA, whenever we would be low on gas, my mom would tell us, sing, sing. Lord needs to hear us, because we may not make it to the next gas station, because it would be, you know, sometimes it'd be late at night, and we're out on the highway, and we would sing every little church song that we knew till we couldn't sing no more. And I remember we coasted once into Tehachapi, and we sang our little hearts out. She would miss a turnoff, and then there wouldn't be another turnoff for gas, and she didn't know where to get off, and it was like that all my life. So there. Now you could add bling. You can do all kinds of stuff. Let's see. I don't have. Oh, I do have more yellow. It's like, but that is not the right shade of yellow. The brown wouldn't be bad. I'm not crazy about. I don't think it needs any. Nope. I'm good. I'm good just like that because of the bee. I'm happy just with this. I just am. absolutely love it. So thank you guys for watching. So now I'm going to figure out how I can do what I said I wanted to do with this. And I would like to do it with something different other than this, because I don't want to show you the same thing. Maybe I can figure out how to use an envelope in these, with maybe an envelope for a card. I think I can, right? Go get me some more of that tea. No, if I drink some more of that tea, I may never go to sleep. And I know my body needs rest for this cold. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope to see you all here back in my wonderland. Bye bye for now, everyone.